This wig wearing, face full of makeup like Bobo the Clown. Shit let come out of her mouth, start aborting black male babies. Yes, that's what she said. Let me repeat it again. This bed wench said black women need to start aborting their black male babies. See, that's why we don't respect them. We don't care nothing for them. Let them go their way. If they want to go, let them go. Now, when Zaddy cut your throat, when he beat the brakes off you, when he have you hanging upside down, tied up, some way, hog tied, don't come back over here talking about, hey, big head, because it's not going to work. Because you done did too much damage at this point. See, Cynthia G was actually saying all that, right? This rapper
zero problem, no guilt. I feel nothing about saying I'm not birthing a male child. I'm just not going to, because it would be counterproductive for me to do so. It's not emotional, it's logical. Not emotional, not biblical. I'm saying I'm looking at it logically. So let me correct this person who I think is a man who knows nothing about actual pregnancies, because he can't get pregnant because he doesn't have a female reproductive system. So let me explain something to you. You can find out the sex of your child when you go get a genetic disease testing. You can find out whether you're having a boy or a girl. They can give you a blood test. They can tell you whether you have the female sex hormone there or the male. And at that time, you can literally choose at 13 weeks, you can choose whether you want to terminate or not. So you can make a decision whether you want to terminate.
The only reason I support aborting a black child when it comes to it being male is because when I look at the black community and the problems in it, it's associated with males and male pathology. When you talk about violence, it's associated with the males. When you talk about the, women being forced upon, it's the males. When you talk about drugs, it's the males. When you talk about the fatherless children, it's the males. Every single problem that is happening in the black community, you point to the males and then you have the culprit. So for me, I think that not selectively breeding is very irresponsible when you are the only one who has control over who gets to earth. Your womb, it carries the person to earth. So if you're the only one with that power, regardless of whatever he wants, if I feel like if black men want black women to give birth to their children, then they need to act like it. They need to go out. They need to clean the community up. They need to stick around, raise their children, stop being violent, stop forcing themselves upon women, stop toe tagging us every 5.5 hours, and then we won't have a problem with having your children. If they were being responsible, this conversation wouldn't be happening.
Call halal la Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Waha Racha Kwadash. All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors of respect go to our apostles, bishops, elders, and teachers, the men of Great Millstone. To you I say Shalom. Salutations to the hopefully elect out there. It's your brother Amarian. Let's get into it. I put in a snippet from one of the elders' pages, and I'll try to put the link to his video in the description portion of this video. But the content of the video is what seems to be an Israelite woman boasting in the fact that you need to unalive your male children, okay? Don't even give them an opportunity to come into this world, okay? This is very reminiscent of Pharaoh giving commandment to the midwives in Israel to put the male child to death, okay? And Herod as well, when he felt that the 3 wise men had deceived him, he gave commandment to put the male child to death as well. So I have to begin in John, because the women of our nation have become cruel, like their father, okay? So we'll begin here in John chapter 8, and I'll scroll down a bit. Verse 44, it says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do, right? And the devil has always had it against the children of Israel, okay? And these women have now become like their father, okay? Their true daddy, zaddy, however you want to view it, because she's boasting about putting her male child to death. Okay, and this speaks on evil on so many different levels. But again, she has the lust of her father, because the spirit of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, is not in her. Verse 44 again, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Right. And you women of our nation, you 2/3, you have become just like your father, the devil. You're a murderer, a liar, and you abide not in the truth, not in the light. Okay? And therefore, since you have no mercy, none will be shown towards you in these latter days. From here, I want to go. Let's go to Lamentations, chapter 4. And I'll begin at verse 1. It says, how is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, the sons of Zion, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, are considered precious. The precious sons of Zion are comparable to fine gold. This is what this woman is boasting about putting to death. It says, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter, of Yahweh. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast, they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. Khan, the daughters of Zion, okay, have become, and this is not all of you, okay? There's a 1/3 elect remnant of our women of our nation that, will be saved. But 2/3 of our women, 2/3 of our people in general, and our people being you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, are going to be judged on this side, okay? Because you have become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness. All right. This is Exodus chapter 1, and I'll begin at verse 7. But this speaks to the mentality that this beast of our nation, this female beast, has about her male children. And we've seen this before. So this is just an example of that. I'll begin at verse 7 again. Verse 7. And the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty. And the land was filled with them. Right. So they began to be fruitful and multiply. And the new Pharaoh of Egypt was not pleased with this. Verse 8. Now there arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasured cities, Pithom and Ramesses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Right. Okay, so that is the backstory. Now, why do I liken this woman's comments or mindset onto the Pharaoh of Egypt? Let's find out. Verse 15, and the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife, to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared Yahweh, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. Right. Hence the beginning of the story of Moses. Okay. And if you don't know about that, you should read and do your due diligence. But the women back then of our nation feared Yahweh. Okay. And the fear of the Lord is wisdom. Okay. But this new generation of women, they don't have any wisdom. The Lord didn't impart unto them understanding, and therefore they're about to be judged as 2/3 of Israel is for their cruel demeanors, their cruel character traits. They are like their father, the devil. This is Job chapter 39. I'll begin in verse 16. She is hardened against her young ones, okay, and that is the current condition of the women of the nation of Israel today. 2/3 of the nation of Israel is women, okay. She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear, because Yahweh have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. Right. And what is wisdom? Just a real quick check. Because these women, they don't fear Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hence why her comments came out the way they did. She has no fear of the Lord. Okay, she probably fears the so-called self-proclaimed white man, and that's it. Okay. Sirach chapter 19, and I'll begin at verse 20. It says, the fear of Yahweh is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency. Right. Okay. So the fear of Yahweh is all wisdom, and wisdom obtains his love. Okay. But he didn't impart unto her wisdom. Okay. As we read in Job chapter 39, which I'm grabbing again. Verse 17, because Yahweh have deprived her of wisdom, the fear, neither have he imparted to her understanding. Therefore she is hardened. Okay. Against her young ones, against her man, as though they were not hers. Okay, they're without fear. And thereby, when words can't teach, adversity will. In these latter days, you will respect Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. It's the only way. Now, the other example, Herod, I spoke about that. But Herod also had intentions to put the male child to death. Okay, when he felt he had been deceived by the three wise men, he then sent out a decree for all the male childs to be born. Okay. And again, I liken this onto these women wanting this. This is the reality that you want your male child to be put to death. You're as your father, the devil. Okay. I'll begin at verse 12. It says, and being warned of Yahweh in a dream, they should not return to Herod. They departed into their own country another way. And this is beginning with the three wise men departing from the king over Israel at this point. Okay. Verse 13. And when they were departed, behold, an angel of Yahweh appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt. And be thou there until I bring thee word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, out of Egypt have I called my son, Yahweh Shai. Verse 16, and here's the point. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coast thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremy the prophet, saying, in Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentation, and weeping, and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted, because they are not. Right. All right. So this behavior this woman is emulating, as we've seen this in times past from devilish individuals. Okay, always seeking to block what the Lord has wrought through the nation of Israel by killing off the male child. Okay, and times are no different. These women, they are of their father, the devil. Okay. All right. From here to we're gonna go to James. And this is where I'll end out because you merciless women, that's what you're gonna receive. You're gonna receive judgment without mercy, for you have shown no mercy. Okay. This is James 2:12. So speak ye and so do as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have shown no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Right? You're going to receive judgment without mercy because you have shown no mercy. The daughter of our people have become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness, and therefore can only be cleansed through the fire. And that's what's coming to you, judgment by fire. And don't let me forget, they're just, all this is a repeat of the children being sacrificed to these idols, Molech, etc. Okay, the women of our nation are idol worshippers, and the only thing can cleanse it is fire. Hopefully this has been edifying. Call halal la Yahweh ba Hashem Yahweh Shai for this message. Till the next time, Israel. Shalom.